From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat.
Sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Good evening. I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Tuesday, June 10th. Tensions rose in South Omaha today as ICE agents swarmed multiple businesses during a series of immigration checks. Agents arrived at Glen Valley Foods around 9 a.m. with a list of 97 employees to screen. That's according to the owner. Congressman Don Bacon's office later confirmed a civil warrant tied to stolen identities was served only at that location. His office says Glen Valley complied fully with E-Verify and is considered a victim. Omaha Mayor John Ewing's office confirms about 80 workers from the plant were detained. Meanwhile, the nonprofit Omaha Together One Community says agents also appeared at JBS and Lala, though no other warrants were reported. The situation became public when the Douglas County Board Chair abruptly left a meeting.
I have to depart at this point. My community is being terrorized by immigration raids at this moment as we speak. There's word of at least 2 raids happening at this moment, so I have to go try and help.
They're not here to harm anyone. They're not. And it's very devastating that there's kids that are at home waiting for their parents and that they're not going to be there tonight to eat dinner with them. And it's very sad.
ICE is directing family members of those detained to call 402-536-4861 for information. Only relatives will be given details. Back in Lincoln, Chants for Change echoed through downtown as about 24 protesters gathered outside the Hall of Justice, speaking out against ICE arrests nationwide. They voiced frustration over how immigrant communities are treated, saying families are being torn apart and fear is spreading. One protester told us she wants reform to treat people like people, stop separating families, and reduce violence from immigration agents. Also happening downtown, police were called to a multi-vehicle crash near 9th and K Streets around 1:40 p.m. 4 vehicles were involved, including one that rolled onto its side. A light pole was also knocked down. According to Lincoln Police, 4 people were taken to the hospital, including one with serious injuries. Streets in the area have since reopened. In crime news, a stabbing inside a busy Lincoln office building sent one man to the hospital with life-threatening injuries and another to jail earlier today. Police say 42-year-old Timothy Bowie was arrested shortly after the attack, which happened just before noon on the 2nd floor of the Long Professional Center near 46th and Normal. An employee at a business below the crime scene, who didn't want to be named, told 1011 News about the chaotic scene.
And I heard some people running upstairs, and it sounded like people were yelling. I almost thought I heard somebody yell help, but I wasn't sure what it was. I just heard a lot of people running. I kind of came around the corner just to look out our window, and I saw somebody running out the door.
The victim, a man in his 40s, suffered multiple stab wounds and has already undergone surgery. Bowie faces charges of first-degree assault and use of a weapon to commit a felony. Chief Michonne Morrow says the 2 men know each other, and investigators believe the attack may have been an attempted robbery. The investigation is ongoing. Now to the courts, where testimony is underway in the trial of 28-year-old Joseph Barraza, the man accused of killing Carly Schaaf. Her mother took the stand today, exactly 4 years after Carly's body was found near Pawnee Lake. A Lincoln police officer also testified about the initial missing persons report and a search warrant served at the home of Rachel Pogler, who faces accessory to murder charges. Both sides have started introducing evidence, and the trial is expected to last about 3 weeks. And a Pleasantdale man will spend the next decade in prison after leading law enforcement on a chase last fall. 34-year-old Trenton Ingle took a plea deal and was found guilty of 6 felonies. Last October, he threatened a woman at the U-Safe pharmacy in Waverly, prompting staff to hit a panic button. Ingle then led deputies and troopers on a chase, damaging patrol vehicles. He's also facing charges in Seward County, where he held the same woman hostage. Switching gears now to some much lighter news, the College World Series field is set. Games start Friday with the Championship Series beginning June 21st. Coastal Carolina faces Arizona, and Oregon State takes on Louisville on one side of the bracket. On the other, Arkansas, led by former Huskers coach Dave Van Horn, meets LSU, while Cinderella team Murray State faces Big Ten runner-up UCLA. And for the first time, Autism Action Partnership is teaming up with CWS to offer sensory kits at Charles Schwab Field. The kits, designed to ease sensory overload, include noise-canceling headphones, sunglasses, and communication cards for nonverbal fans. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat.
Sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.